Welcome back. According to a U.S. intelligence report released earlier this month, Russian and Iranian leaders ordered their governments to attempt to influence U.S. voters in the 2020 presidential election. While at a recent election cybersecurity workshop held at the University of Southern California, Gary Pruitt, the president and CEO of the Associated Press, talked about numerous attempts to interfere in the election, many of which were thwarted. Our next guest also attended that workshop, Clayton Powell from the USC Annenberg Center of Communication Leadership and Policy at the University of Southern California. He's also executive director at the Election Cybersecurity Initiative. So you are the right person to talk to about this topic here. And it is an important one, Adam. According to the findings, the attacks are getting more sophisticated with each and every election year. Is the U.S. really prepared to deal with these foreign attempts to interfere with our elections?
Well, this is really an arms race. What we found out in the last, even in the last day or two, is that there were far more attacks on the U.S. election last November and in the fall campaign than we knew at the time. Gary Pruitt's revelation last week that the Associated Press was hit on election day and election night with thousands of sophisticated, he called withering attacks, most coming from inside the Russian Federation, was something we didn't know. Just yesterday, the Associated Press reported that suspected Russian hackers actually were able to penetrate the emails of senior officials in the Department of Homeland Security, up to and including the secretary. So this is something which is continuing. Our adversaries are in no way relaxing. If anything, they are ramping up their coverage, their attacks. They have R&D budgets. They are devoting people and resources to this, and we just have to keep our guard up.
So you'd mentioned sort of hacking into the email accounts of some of these top officials in the United States here. Also in that workshop, Pruitt mentioned Pakistan, Taiwan as well, but Russia, again, the predominant party here. Is that how you see it too? Again, the top concern?
That's correct. David Sanger, who covers intelligence for the New York Times, I asked him about this, and he said that there were more than 30 countries, 30 countries hacking into the United States. And Pakistan was on his list, Bangladesh. And I said, why? And he said, because it's cheap and easy. And the attacker has the advantage because it costs much more to defend against these attacks than it does to create the attacks and create the danger. And it's interesting to note that what Russia and China and Iran, the major actors, what they are not trying to change the election result. They are trying to cast doubt on the election, period. They want to discredit democracy, which is why our candidate for our workshops in all 50 states last year was, our candidate is democracy.
Okay, nonpartisan, as you imply here. Interesting, though, you say that they do it because it's cheap and easy to do so, but what are they really hoping to gain from this? And since we're running out of time, Adam, what steps are really being taken to prevent this from happening in 2022, 2024?
We have to take the steps that we already have had, but we have to, as we discover the new techniques that are being used, we have to really step up our game. For example, what we've now found is that Russia and China and perhaps Iran are actually using servers inside the United States, rented under assumed names. And that means that if they're inside the United States, that means the NSA and the intelligence community, by law, cannot go after them. So we need to update that level of security as well.
Very interesting. I think, every American wants a free and fair election, and ensuring election integrity should be top of mind to anyone out there. Okay, Clayton Powell keeping a close eye on it, joining us live here on National Report. Thanks so much.
Thank you.